Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates reveal Brooke Logan could be sabotaging her relationship with Ridge Forrester. She made unfair accusations in gory detail after snooping and seeing the therapy session with Chandra determining Taylor was seducing Ridge. Brooke had no business going to Steffi Forrester's house to snoop on Taylor and Ridge to begin with, but yet there she was and accused Taylor of trying to seduce him. Even though the therapist was still there, Brooke either blocked her out or thought Taylor was getting Ridge into some kind of perverted triangle. Brooke cast a suspicious and skeptical eye when Taylor explained her condition. As well, she scoffed at her explanation of broken heart syndrome, convinced it was made up. Later, Brooke confronted Ridge, who had been for a talk with Eric Forrester, who knew of the condition. Ridge tried to explain, and Brooke admitted she'd researched the condition, but she still seemed very suspicious and distrustful of both Ridge and Taylor. Steffi arrived just as Brooke left, and Taylor explained everything to her, including her previous diagnosis of heart failure and that she thought she was dying. Steffi could tell Brooke was huffy as she left and caught the tail end of the confrontation. Brooke had walked in right after Ridge left. Steffi knew that there was tension in the air, and that was the worst thing for her mother's condition. No doubt she'll get Taylor to confess Brooke's accusations. And that means Ridge will find out, because Steffi won't hesitate to tell him, in spite of Taylor's denial that she's trying to get Ridge back. As it was, Ridge had a difficult time convincing Brooke that there was anything really wrong with Taylor at all. What's he going to think when he finds out the truth? Ridge won't like what he finds out, although he may not be all that surprised. Brooke had a very negative attitude when he explained what was going on with Taylor. More specifically, he was perturbed when Brooke came across accusatory. He'll be even more upset when he finds out the details of Brooke's accusations. Brooke's confrontation of Taylor and her accusations of her could have made Taylor very ill, just as she and Chandra had made some progress. When Steffi tells her father that Brooke had gone to confront Taylor about what she saw while snooping, he'll get the whole truth out of Taylor. And Brooke may find out she's the one that drives Ridge back to Taylor with her horrid suspicions and accusations. The lives of the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers are no strangers to passion, betrayal, and intrigue. But few relationships on The Bold and the Beautiful have been as tumultuous as the on-again, off-again saga of Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. Their romance, spanning decades, has been punctuated by love, heartbreak, and fierce competition, especially with Taylor Hayes always lurking in the picture. Yet, as the story unfolds again, fans are left wondering, is Brooke sabotaging her own relationship with Ridge by making unfair accusations against Taylor? Has her insecurities led her down a destructive path that could cost her the man she's always believed to be her destiny? The triangle between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor is one of The Bold and the Beautiful's most iconic plotlines. Brooke has always seen Taylor as a threat, and with good reason. Taylor and Ridge share a deep bond rooted in trust and family. Ridge's children with Taylor, including Steffi and Thomas, also naturally gravitate toward their mother, which has long fed Brooke's insecurities. Every time Brooke and Ridge seem to find peace, Taylor inevitably re-enters the picture, reigniting the rivalry. Though Ridge has tried to assure Brooke that she is the one he chooses, it's clear that unresolved feelings between him and Taylor remain. This ongoing emotional entanglement is fertile ground for Brooke's paranoia, and her accusations against Taylor reflect more than just concern. They point to a fear that history might repeat itself. Brooke has not been innocent in the course of her relationship with Ridge. Over the years, she's engaged in numerous affairs, some involving Ridge's closest friends, and even his family members. Despite her own indiscretions, Brooke is quick to point fingers at Taylor, often accusing her of trying to steal Ridge away or manipulate him emotionally. This pattern of accusation raises the question, is Brooke projecting her own guilt onto Taylor? Deep down, Brooke may fear that Ridge could do to her what she has done to him in the past. Every stolen glance between Ridge and Taylor, every interaction that hints at unresolved emotions, seems to set off alarm bells in Brooke's mind. Her paranoia and mistrust often result in emotional outbursts, during which she accuses Taylor of undermining her relationship. Whether Taylor's intentions are innocent or not becomes secondary. Brooke sees only a rival she must eliminate, regardless of the consequences. Ridge's patience has been tested many times over the years, and Brooke's recent accusations are starting to wear him down. Although he loves Brooke, her constant suspicions about Taylor put him in an impossible position. Ridge has tried to make peace between the two women, hoping that time would heal old wounds, but instead, Brooke's accusations seem to deepen the divide. Ridge often finds himself defending Taylor, especially when Brooke's suspicions appear baseless. This only adds to Brooke's anxiety. When Ridge defends Taylor, she interprets it as proof of Taylor's influence over him. But from Ridge's perspective, Brooke's behavior feels unfair and exhausting. He begins to wonder, can he continue a relationship where trust seems so fragile? Taylor Hayes has always been a calm and measured counterpoint to Brooke's fiery personality, but that doesn't mean she is entirely without fault. Taylor's connection with Ridge runs deep, and at times she seems to enjoy the fact that her presence unnerves Brooke. Whether intentionally or not, Taylor's occasional closeness with Ridge sends mixed signals. However, Taylor insists that her intentions are pure. She claims to want only what's best for Ridge, whether that's a future with her or with Brooke. But given her history with Ridge, it's easy to understand why Brooke struggles to trust her. Even if Taylor isn't actively trying to sabotage Brooke's relationship, her deep connection with Ridge creates an emotional minefield that's hard to navigate. At the core of Brooke's accusations is fear. Fear of losing Ridge, fear of being replaced, and fear of watching another woman share a life with the man she considers her soulmate. But fear can be a destructive force, and Brooke's inability to trust Ridge fully might be what ultimately tears them apart. Instead of focusing on strengthening her relationship with Ridge, Brooke expends energy fighting a ghost from the past. Her jealousy blinds her to the love Ridge has repeatedly expressed, and her accusations only push him further away. Ridge is beginning to see Brooke as someone trapped in a cycle of suspicion, unable to enjoy the present because of fears rooted in the past. Brooke's need for constant reassurance is draining, and her inability to believe in Ridge's love without question makes their relationship feel more like a battlefield than a partnership. By repeatedly questioning Ridge's loyalty and accusing Taylor of meddling, Brooke risks alienating the very man she wants to keep close. There's no denying that Brooke and Ridge share a profound connection, but love alone may not be enough to sustain their relationship. For their partnership to survive, Brooke must confront her insecurities and learn to trust Ridge unconditionally. But trust is not something that can be forced. It must be nurtured, especially in a relationship as complex as theirs. On the other hand, Ridge also needs to establish firm boundaries with both Brooke and Taylor. As much as he wants peace between the two women, he cannot allow their rivalry to dictate his life. If Ridge wants a future with Brooke, he must make it clear that his heart belongs to her, and that Taylor, no matter how important she is to him, will remain in the past. The path forward for Brooke and Ridge will not be easy. They must learn to communicate openly and honestly, without letting old wounds fester. And most importantly, Brooke must come to terms with the fact that Taylor's presence will always be a part of Ridge's life, whether she likes it or not. Brooke's accusations against Taylor may ultimately become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If she continues to let jealousy cloud her judgment, she risks driving Ridge away and pushing him closer to Taylor, the very outcome she fears the most. The question now is whether Brooke can overcome her insecurities in time to save her relationship with Ridge. Or will her mistrust and unfair accusations pave the way for Taylor to step back into Ridge's life once more? Only time will tell if Brooke and Ridge can rewrite their story, or if they are doomed to repeat the same mistakes, trapped in an endless cycle of love, betrayal, and heartbreak.